Hey folks, Rachel here with your Monday morning marketing mojo. And if you see a mess of papers behind me, it's because I spent some serious time this weekend getting tax stuff together, getting our forms all in place and printing out the financial reports for my business that I need to send to the accountant. And that got me to thinking about CPAs, about folks in the tax prep business, and how they provide a really good example to those of us who are still might be struggling with this whole content marketing thing. If you go to a website like H&R Block, you will find just a huge amount of free, helpful content. They have assessments, they have checklists, they have a wonderful blog with video and infographics and all this wonderful information. And I was thinking about what a great example that provides for us, because a lot of times we're thinking, well, what goes into that content? What do I want to put in there? And follow H&R Block's example. Give people what they need when they need it. And if you look at their site, it's broken down into individuals, small businesses, larger businesses, so they have a really good sense of who needs this advice that they're sharing, and then the what they're showing what is on their minds. For example, they did a cute post on Valentine's Day about whether an engagement ring is tax deductible on your federal returns. By the way, it's not. They have a strong sense of what people need, and then when they know that this is the season when people have taxes on their minds and they're delivering exactly what they need when they need it. And that brings up another good point, because sometimes people say, well, Rachel, my product, my service, it's not sexy. It's not like a Starbucks or Apple or Nike. Well, the first thing I tell them is that coffee was not sexy before Starbucks, computers were not sexy before Apple, and athletic shoes sure as heck weren't sexy before Nike. But really, if you deliver what people need when they need it, you're as sexy as you need to be. And if you've ever had the experience of, for example, being stranded on the side of the road with car problems and seeing that tow truck turn the corner, how sexy was that tow truck when you needed it? Probably pretty darn sexy, right? Well, our folks in our friends, the CPAs, know that, and they are capitalizing on those opportunities to be helpful, to be that savvy voice when people need it. And the final thing I want to say about this is sometimes people are really leery about putting content out there when they're in highly regulated industries. Well, nothing is more highly regulated than the tax code, right? But again, H&R Block, they have a simple disclaimer at the bottom of every post. If they've hired someone to do it, they say it's the opinions of this poster. If the person has been paid for their content, they indicate that. And most importantly, they say this post is not intended to give legal or tax advice. And if you need tax advice, go to your CPA and or your attorney. Very simple disclaimer that goes at the bottom of every single post, and that covers them. So if you've been leery, if you've been hanging back from content marketing because of being in a highly regulated field, of course, talk to your legal counsel, but there is a way to do it as long as you make it very clear what this advice is intended for. So that is your assignment for this week. Take a look at what our friends at CPAs are doing with their content marketing, and the H&R Block site is a great place to start. Not that what you do needs to be as elaborate, but it gives you some really good inspiration for, okay, how can we be the H&R Block to our customers? How can we be that source of trusted information? Okay, that is it for today's tip. And if you want to learn more about content marketing, I of course recommend that you pick up a copy of The Content Marketing Coach. I assure you the cover is not backwards in person, but this is going to give you a roadmap. It's going to give you a step-by-step process for putting together a solid content marketing strategy and using it to just rock your audience in 2017. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you again next Monday. Take care.